All right, guys, you asked me the questions, I got your answers. We're gonna do a little hotel room Q&A. So we're in Toronto. We just got done with the golf school. Awesome time. Gonna do a little hotel room Q&A. Asked you guys some questions, or asked you guys to ask me some questions. And now we're going to answer them. So first question, Instagram came from my man Famine1. He asked, what can you do to keep the trail arm from getting stuck behind you in the backswing? So generally, there's a lot of scapular retraction, which would be the trail arm going this way, or the trail scapula going that way and the trail arm. A player gets the trail shoulder to go pretty internal, and they don't turn their chest. Those are the three biggest reasons someone would get the trail arm stuck behind them and then have trouble getting it back out in front in transition. So, the feel for that would be making sure you get a big 90-degree chest turn in your backswing, trying to keep the trail elbow, instead of getting it going internal, you don't have to go super external, but keeping it somewhat neutral and feeling like you're pushing away in your backswing, and then keeping yourself from pulling the scapula behind you. That's a big reason. Generally, players are doing that because they find themselves in a position where they feel they need to get the depth and the turn, but without a turn, right? So that's a quick way to catch up and try and get the club behind you. Next question we're going to answer comes from my boy Andre. Congratulations on the little one. Just saw that he is here, future golfer. That's awesome. So kind of goes along with that. If you are a beginner golfer, what's three good ideas, hints to play better golf? First thing, how you hold a club. Most important is that you're comfortable holding it. Most golfers will be a little bit on the stronger side, so the V's will be over at the right shoulder. Generally will help a golfer who doesn't have wrist control, doesn't have all that trained, hold a golf club well. Second thing would be finding balance points. If you find your pressure getting outside of the balls of your feet, if it's tipping too far over or too far away from the golf ball, that's not a good thing. So try and find the balls of the feet, keep everything more centered. That way you're not finding balance issues in your golf swing, your backswing that you have to correct as the movement begins. Third most important thing, just making a basic overall motion. So you hear about L to Y, where a player's going back forming an L in the backswing, and then giving a Y in the through swing. I think that is a great place to start, just to kind of build a good foundation of a golf swing, and then you can build from there into more and more stuff. So those are three keys that I think would really help you. All right, so the next question is going to come from my man Ebre on Instagram. He wanted to know something that you could do to keep the club face from rolling open in the backswing. So generally, I find the players that get the club face too open early and roll, that's another position where there's no turn from the body. They lock it and they're trying to get the club head behind them instead of keeping it too far out in front. If you do turn and you still roll, a great thought that a lot of players could have, if you take the forearm and you feel as though the back of the forearm is staying pointed at the ground as you go back, that will generally keep you in a position where you're not going to roll it and put yourself where the face starts rolling open, and the sequence gets all messed up in that regard. So keep the back of the forearm more towards the ground in the backswing, and that will help you keep that more under control. Final question from Caleb Ross. Worked with him a few times in Dallas. What is a good feel for beginning the transition? That depends on the player. There's a lot of different matchups. If you're a rotary guy that really uses the body to create a lot of torque, I like the feel to begin with the lower body. A lot of players that I teach that are really rotational will tell you that they feel the lead leg going around external The lead hip moving back behind them is a good way to do it. Some players will tell you that the first feeling they have when that's going is they're pushing their chest back into their lead arm. That is another good feel that you can have if you're trying to get yourself more into a position where the trail arm, or when you're turning and you're trying to keep the lead arm from pulling off your body, if you have trouble with that. So those are a couple good transition feels, but that really depends on the matchup for the individual player. Everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to do it in their own way. Some players rotate a lot, some players don't rotate a lot, but those are a couple rotational, which I know you like, feels that my players use. Hopefully this answered a few of your questions, guys. I'm going to try and do it every other week. We had the plan to do a little playing lesson today with Sean Burke, but we had some recording and massive wind issues today in Toronto. The weather was not the best. We got lucky that the thunderstorms parted and went north and south of us, and we got the whole golf school in without any delays. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. So here's a Q&A, and get another one for you in a couple of weeks. And let's keep going on with this tour. We'll see Winnipeg Tuesday. Hey guys, if you like this video, hit the like button down below. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks.